Well, good evening. It's Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. I'm a hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, timeline coach, dream sculptor, and also I speak and express the way I expanded my life. I don't go outside of myself, and I don't go over here, and I don't do this. This is the way I expand my life. And tonight I want to talk about the hidden pompous acidity that we hide from the world. And what that is when you're listening and reading something and somebody says, this is the way I do it, and this is this. Well, that's an inner fear, but it's really a smug thuggery that we all encompass because we want to sound more proficient and we want to sound more real, and we want to soothe our ego. And we hide the conceit and the control within us. And we really want the world to see us as smart and wise and doing it through love and all that. But here's the thing about love. Love is more feelings than thinking. But we try to think our way through life. And that is where I realize when somebody says do it through love and think that, we're avoiding the feelings of love because we've all been hurt in the feelings of love. But how does the heart show us the way? Then when we don't listen, the heart interjects and gives us a life expanding lesson about listening to the heart. But what I'm really talking about here is you watch and you listen and you see, but it's that inner smug we carry, and we want to look like love and light and all this to the world, but internally we're still carrying the jealousy and envy and all the dark farces that we encompass. And that is what this show is about, is releasing that and admitting that. And it's really about appreciating the innate talent within us. And innate is a innovative, natural agility, tantalizing, enterprising wisdom, but it's also showing the world your talent to expand through life. But I've caught myself, and I've got a long ways to go on this. It's about letting go of that that hidden smug and my hidden haunts from saying, oh, do it through love, forgive, do this. But really, when I get right down to it, I'm still carrying the emotional baggage and the hurt feelings from life, because I'm unwilling to walk through the unsavory part of it, because I embedded it in pain, so I never want to see the pain again. But here's the thing, it's only pain because I embedded it as pain, and I never ordained the omnific, revolutionary, daring acumen inside that natural event. That is what it is every event is to expand us. And something else I really am emphasizing to myself now is quit looking back at what happened in my life. Look and facilitate today. Today will facilitate everything as I participate in the encounters, the events, and all the interactions of this day. Because when I'm open and listening to today, I'm focused on my onward, upward, and forward motions. And when I think of the past and I'm trying to heal the past, I stay in the past. And I know I talk a lot about that, but here it is. Today is all there is. Today is trendsetter, omnific, daring, audacity. Yes, this day is my blessing to expand through life, because this is all there is, the now. And then as soon as I quit trying to go back and fix everything in the past, because we're never going to fix the past. You're never, ever going to fix the past. You expand out of the past by bringing the now into all facets of your life. And that is where life really allows me to move forward. And when I say doing it through love, I do through the love of myself, willing to admit my challenges, admit everything, be responsible and accountable for all the events in my life. But as I go through this, and I caught myself being a pompous little, ornery little brat, is just the only way to say it. Honesty is a relief. Honesty is the release of my hidden haunts. So the more honest I am with me, the more free I am. And then as I am free, because I really am starting to see the arrogance of the world, and I see it in myself. And that is where I'm really opening up and letting go, is of the arrogant, smug thuggery within myself. And I use the word thuggery because arrogance is like a thug in the real life, because it's dragging you down and holding me hostage within myself. And that is the thing. And something I've expanded into is using words and action words that allow me to expand out, and wherever I desire to go. But it's quit trying to be timid about personal expansionism. And that is what we are. We're timid. Oh, I do this and I do that. No. And when you do this and do that, you go splat. It's when you have the guts to ride the typhoon of the buffoon that's within me, sets me free to surf my oceans of opulence, because I am the treasure trove of my life. My wisdom, innovation, talent is there for me to expand the world rather than being controlled and by the worldly events. And because I've really opened up to realize worldly events haven't changed since I've been born. They haven't changed since the beginning of time. Just different players, different times, and different things. So to expand the world out of the doldrums of ancient history, I expand to the now, to naturally open the wisdom, to waltz internally, seeing daily opportunity, magnetize the wise of the world. It's really about interjecting yourself into the world and being of the world, never in the world. But that smugness that we have, and you see it a lot when people answer somebody in competition, that's that inner smugness within ourselves. And that is where we really become locked and blocked. And I must show this person how smart I am. And you answer something in competition. Am I guilty of that? You bet. Am I really open to expanding out of it? Yes. The more I yes the blessings, the bolder life expresses sassy sovereignty inside me. It's being sovereign in here is where we really open the wisdom within ourselves. But it's that smugness that we try to hide from the world and say, and this is an honest to God cold heart. This is just the way it is. I'm never going to love everybody, but I have the gall to appreciate everybody in all my life events. And I come up with this the other day, and I got to write this keynote for it. No person is my friend. No person is my enemy. Every person is my metaphor and tutor to expand through life, to expand my wisdom and my inner fortitude, to trust my abilities. And I was talking with my chiropractor tonight, and we was talking about faith and hope and trust. And faith and beliefs have been featured all through life. But when you can trust your abilities to hear and adhere to that inner voice of visionary veracity, you will open up the velocity of your own wisdom to express to the world. And now as I open up more to this, and this is going to be a fun ride to expand out of this inner thuggery that I hide from the world, try to be all nicey nice and nicey nice to this, and then, oh my God. But here's something, I can be good, I can be humble and kind, but yet I can stand up for myself. And if I hurt somebody's feelings because I honored my feelings, emotions, well, so be it. Because this is something I read on the internet. I take this one to heart. You can insult me all you want, and you can do everything you want, because I'm going to thank you, because them insults are coming from you and have nothing to do with me. But always remember, you may have one feeling left, and I may say something in a cordial, upfront way that's going to hurt that feeling. Not intentional, because the more arrogant people are, the more that smugness comes out, the more vulnerable and more locked into their beliefs and their system, and they're almighty. They're the almighty person of the world, and they think they are, well, for a better term, they think they're God, and really they're afraid of life. When somebody's easygoing and listening and jovial, them are good people. And always leave the quiet people alone, because them are the people that are confident. Confidence is silent. Fear is noisy and loud. And that is something else I am open to. But that no person is my friend. No person is my enemy. Every person is my teacher and metaphor for me to expand. That allows me to hear the wisdom of the world and be of the now, to nurture the omniific wisdom I hear from the world. And it's really the arrogance and the egotistical anarchies we have with us lock us into the past, because we still want to be perfect in that event that happened years ago that's a memory of the now. Let go of thinking that that is perfect, because there's no perfect people in the world. We're all imperfect, and we're a cog of 7.5 billion savants to expand the world. And everybody knows one dynamic thing to expand the world. And also something else I really expanded out of, I'm enough. I'm never enough. I'm always dynamic, daring, youthful, naturally ascending, moxie, invigorating, celebrating the new ways of life, because we're all dynamic. We're never enough. We're dynamic. And we open up that dreamer's dare within us when we're dynamic, because when you're enough, you're fitting into society and the sheepleness of the world. And that is the trouble with the world now. We're afraid of the new. We're afraid of the spiritual savants within us, and we get stuck in the human haunts, and we stay human rather than being the wise wraith. And a wraith is a visible spirit. How do we have to be human? How does it feel to be a visible spirit, unhooking the human haunts that we taught ourselves and were taught to control us? That is the smugness within us. And we can always say, oh, I was human side, I did this. No, that was hindsight. There is no hindsight. There is nothing looking back. Your eyes are looking forward. Your ears are on the side to hear everything around you, and your disposal system's behind you to let all the crap go. And that is just as simple as it gets. Stop playing the game of change, heal, create, transformation. Just expand in the now, energize the now, enterprise the now, appreciate the now, experience the now. And that lets us go. That lets us play the game of life we were here to play. But we're afraid of the now, because we have the now is unknown, unseen, invisible, inaudible, because we have the subconscious mind has no imprint of the now. So that is where we become stuck, and we stay there, and we stay within the boundaries of society. How do we do that? We try to fit in. We try to say we're spiritual, we're trying to move forward, but yet we stay within the boundaries of society. And every boundary you set, all the forgiveness you do, them are new fears being invigorated, and you're afraid to go beyond a boundary. That is the smugness of the selfishness of ourself. I'm going to look good being safe. And yet we feel terrible on the inside. We steal our own emotional, enterprising energy, and we allow the feelings of yesterday to steal our life. We're our own dream stealers. Nobody can steal anything from you. I am the only one that can steal from me. And same as you. You can say it in first person. I'm the only one that can allow anything to be stolen from me. I am the savant to dance on the dance floor of my dreamer's dare, feeling my flair of far-seeing lure, appreciating internal reveries, to say I am the dreamer that's willing to experience my dreams. And all a dream is your true talents to expand your life. Dreams are just your uninhibited wisdom to move forward. But how do we let that inner thuggery and that inner stuff steal our lives? How do we let what other people said to us steal our lives? That is the arrogance of the people around us. Our circle of influence love us, but they don't understand how to expand us, because people are afraid to allow people to expand beyond where they're at right now. And your circle of friends, as good as they are and nice as they are, that's your level of fear. Everything above that is fear. And if you look at the world and look at history and all that, and history was taught to control us, but the people that featured the control were rebellious, crazy, wacky, and ornery compared to society rules. So when you're a little rebellious, say, hell yes, I'm rebellious. I'm going to expand the world because I'm going to energize my whys to waltz internally, seeing every day as a new way to experience life. How does the past and forgiveness and that control you rather than expand you? So it's that inner thuggery that we have, that smug thuggery that thinks, oh yeah, I got it. We think in smug, we feel in far-seeing, enterprising endeavors, loving life. And with emotions of enterprising, mojo, gojo, let's go to the world and let's walk through the Terra Incognita mountains. And the Terra Incognita is the land of the unknown. And how is the world beginning the land of walking into the unknown? Because the way our life is today is going to be new come tomorrow. And we live the now. And I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. I am a hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, timeline coach with a visionary vocabulary of action rather than the mundane trying to stay the same. When you use expand, energize, enterprise, appreciate, and experience, you feel the freedom of moving forward in life. I want to thank Joanne, Elaine, Dennis, and Montabeno for being here. And hi, Val. And anyway, I'm going to close out the show, and I will be here Thursday night. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but it's going to be selfless bliss. And it's really about how we don't understand bliss, and we're afraid of the good of life, because life is a liberating internal fervor every day, living infinite financial extravaganzas, because money is the energy of wisdom. And anyway, everybody enjoy their week, and we'll see you Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. And thank you all for being here. This is really my honor and privilege.